Alright, so here we are at the main menu. I'm gonna assume that this will be a slightly longer load than normal, because it seems like that tends to happen whenever I boot the game up for the first time. Okay, so I'm guessing that quest that I got, that journal entry when I read it, was about the water mages, so...
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there.
I think I'll get that quest progression as normal when I deliver the letter. Here we have another short bow. Bunch of arrows. Anything else of interest? Doesn't look like it. Alright, time to head on down to the farm. So at this point, I'm now basically ready to head on into the city, but there is still that sort of quarantine where they won't let me into town, so I'm going to have to make a pit stop along the way. I've been playing for almost an hour and a half, I think, and I haven't even gotten to, like, the first hub, which is kind of funny. Alright.
Is there any— I've told you everything.
Okay, you've got nothing else. Okay, so at Zardus' tower there was a Shrine of Beliar, and this is a Shrine of Innos. And with these shrines, I believe you can pray and donate money to improve your stats, but it may not work right now. See, now I get the prayer menu. So I think I can afford this. I'm going to do the donate 100 gold pieces just to test it out. So yeah, that gave me a permanent +1 to my strength. It's really not worth it though at this point in the game because that used most of my money, and +1 strength doesn't really do a whole lot of good. Plus, with the way that this game handles stats, it's better to save that for a little bit later in the game because, unlike in Gothic 1, strength and sword training and stuff costs a lot more learning points than it did before. So normally it costs 1 point to increase a stat by 1 point, but as your stats get higher it starts costing 2 learning points to increase a stat by 1, and then eventually 3, and so on and so on, until eventually you're paying 25 learning points just to increase the stat by 5. A 5-to-1 ratio.
Nothing to be had there.
Yeah, soft level caps basically, so that's gonna save like these stat potions and things like that that will increase my strength and dexterity and all my stats for free until after I've hit that level cap, that soft cap, just to make sure that I get as much as I can. Effectively, oh goodness, as much bang for my buck as I can get out of my skill points. Use the skill points while they're cheap, and then use the other means of increasing stats once I hit that level cap. which unfortunately kind of makes the early game a little bit harder. Oh, that was a nice crit.
Nothing to be had there.
But this whole game is kind of hard, and the expansion... Oh, hello. The expansion makes it even harder in some ways. Although, I hope this is just a young wolf. Cavaloran was not in the original game. He was added in the expansion, and he gives you some pretty nice stuff right off the bat. Like, he gives this knife and that extra quest, that extra XP, and he just gives you a bunch of money. Oh, and there's also that belt. There's that belt that I snagged from Zardus' tower. That also wasn't in the base game, the vanilla version, so they kind of give you little things here and there to almost make up for the extra difficulty. Alright, let's go to the farm then.
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
I think there's a quest to go fight those bandits that becomes way easier in the expansion because Cavaloran essentially does it for you.
I know the hideout of the bandits.
Do you want to attack them? Count me out. It's much too dangerous. Besides, I have to watch over my sheep. But if you think you can get the riffraff off our backs, the whole farm would be very grateful to you.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him, and don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see.
There's another of those scummy beasts.
What? Where did this wolf come from? I want to get the kill for the XP. No, Malith! Oh, you
monster around.
got the guy. I will forever hold this grudge against you. That 40 XP or whatever that you have denied me. That will be the difference at the end of the game. Alright, here is Lobart.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger Onar'll drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what Onar has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then? Well, you could work off a part of the price, if you're someone who is looking for work.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. Bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 60 gold pieces.
Alright, well that kind of implies that I didn't get a discount. I don't remember how much they are to begin with.
Well, that's still too expensive.
Well, suit yourself.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field. And there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
Alright.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice, but I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
First get the turnips in from the field. Then we'll see.
Alright, so this is another one of those... Well, I guess it's the first one of this game, but this is a super basic kind of fetch quest. Hey, go fetch me these turnips, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a stupid, tedious fetch quest because it makes contextual sense in terms of why you would want to be doing this quest, and it serves a point in the story about you having to work to earn your to get the farmer's clothes, and it's part of the game kind of establishing your position on the bottom rung of the totem pole here. So even though it's just a simple little quest, it's surprisingly effective from like a narrative standpoint. And fortunately it is just a simple quest because the field's literally right there. It's not like I have to travel to the mountains of Mount Doom and put a ring in Mordor or whatever.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't, but you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Alright, Hilda. I thought her name was Greta. I guess it's Hilda.
Hey, you!
Oh, she'll feed me.
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
So, for the first time in Gothic history, we have real female NPCs. Because in Gothic 1, they were just like those slave-like servants who had no real dialogue, but now we actually get female characters who talk and do things. That's great.
I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Alright, but before I do, I'm gonna sleep in your bed. Actually, I'm gonna read your book stand over here. I don't think it's... I can't. That's unfortunate. Excuse me while I sleep in your bed. Oh, and I think she'll give me some more stew now.
You still dare come back
Oh.
here? What have you done with my money?
Oh,
Good
I
for
forgot.
nothing. Ah, you've still got it.
I forgot.
Give it back to me now. The very nerve.
She's so mad.
Unbelievable.
I might have to reload my
Hey.
save. Ah, man, I forgot / did not realize that would happen. Because normally I just go over there and get the pan. I just wanted to heal, lady. Alright, I have to...
Why are you hanging? Whose side?
I have to do all this again, so I'm just gonna skip through it.
I'm
For the king? That's what the city guard said when they took half my sheep. But where are those bastards when we have to keep the bandits off our backs? Where will they be when the orcs invade us? I'll tell you, in the city, behind thick walls. So leave me alone with the king.
Fair enough.
what the...
Huh?
What... I'm...
Can you pay?
How much?
Well, what Malith said, you chased them 70.
Well, now he's saying 70.
Well, that's still too expensive.
Well, suit yourself.
I think I did run into that bug. I think I need to ask about the work clothes before I agree to do the turnips.
Why are you hanging?
I need...
I can give you clean. Can you pay for it? You could work off part of.
How much?
Well, Malith said you chased the 60 gold pieces.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Well, that's still too...
Well,
I'm looking... No. What? Tell me... Who... What about...
Alright, now I get to do this exciting quest to harvest the turnips again. Once again, fortunately, they're right here and it's not very difficult.
Here... Make me...
Good.
Have you got...
I don't.
Alright, so I'm gonna not screw this up this time.
Hey, you! I've got... Give me... Can you...
Alright, so let's go ahead and... maybe I don't actually need to drink it, because I think the path to this merchant is completely unimpeded. I think the merchant's just right over here, and there shouldn't be any monsters along the way. I do think I see a goblin up over to the left. Why, hello, Canthar.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
There must be a catch to this.
No, no catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
How will you get into town?
The guards know me. I will simply tell them that I have lost my pass.
What do you want for your pass?
I knew you were the right man. Listen, you will get the pass from me, now.
Just like that?
Just so. But if I meet you in the city, you owe me a favor. Do we have a deal?
Alright, so like I was saying earlier, the whole point of this area leading from Zardus' tower to the town is you have to find a way to get into the town. And so far I've run into 3 different ways. One is to pose as a herb collector for the alchemist Constantino by bringing a bunch of herbs of a certain type to the guards. Another is by posing as a farmer for Lobart by doing all of his chores and getting the farmer's clothes. And now this third option is to get Canthar's merchant pass. And he's offering to give it for free on the condition that I fulfill a favor for him later. And there will be consequences for that later. I don't need his paper, but I'm going to go through with it just to kind of show you how that develops.
Sure, give me that paper.
Here, be careful with that. It is very valuable. One more thing. Don't even think about breaking your word. As a merchant, I have a great deal of influence in the city. And it wouldn't go well for you. Believe me.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Alright, so I gotta buy... I don't need that. I gotta buy this pan. And unlike Gothic 2, there is no, like, bartering system, so I just have to pay whatever the price is in gold, unfortunately. So I've got some junk that I could sell him, but I'm not gonna bother with that. I'll just buy the pan for what's-her-face.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
So besides those 3 ways to get into the city, there are a few other things that you can do to get in. The expansion adds an extra way from a new NPC who's just up the road, and then there's a couple of ways that you can effectively sneak into the city. So there's... oh, here's an invisible sheep. That was a thing in the first game with the DX11 mod. Yeah, Greg, I think his name is Greg the pirate up here, just down the road. Maybe he doesn't help you get in. Oh no, I don't think he helps you get in. I think you help him get in. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, but there is also the option to just bribe the guards So there's, what, 4 or 5, 6, something like that?
Hey! Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Can you give me something to eat?
You've had your portion for today. Come back later.
So that's really what I need the farmer's clothes for. Now I can heal, get some more stew, and she won't
Wait a
get
minute.
mad at me for essentially
you
stealing
give me
her
something
money. Yeah, I know that you can. There's like a wall nearby that you can climb over, but it's a little tricky. And I think you can also go around to the lighthouse and swim into town through the harbor. And there's also, like, I don't know, maybe 3 different ways to exploit your way past the guards, and I'll show those once I get to it. Those are kind of funny. Like, it's, like I say, it's been 7 or 8 years since I've played this game, but I still remember some of the things. Nothing in here.
Hey! Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't. You can ask my wife.
Alright, so let's talk to the boys in the field. I think there's a Vino over here somewhere. There's a guy named Vino somewhere. Yep, in all caps.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink, fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
So yep, the Vino wants Vino.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares? Thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
Yeah, that might be about all I can do to lower the price on those clothes. Ow.
Nothing there.
Hello there. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I was struggling earlier trying to find a stupid amulet that I couldn't find, but doing pretty good otherwise. Oh, I might be dead here in a second.
Nothing to plunder.
That's not good. I'm basically trying to remember like where all of the little pieces of loot are. And I thought there might have been something around the windmill, but I guess not. I also I thought there was something to loot in here, but I don't see anything. Am I just... Oh, there's... Yeah, okay. Actually, come to think of it, somebody might get mad if they saw that. Was there another one? Or anything else? See, I already snagged... There's a couple of plants back here that I snagged. Let's go back... Oh, no, I did miss the thing. Let's go check behind the windmill again. Aha! You are correct. So like I like how I think to look in these places, because somewhere in my brain I remember these things, but it's also kind of exciting to not remember exactly, because it's almost like playing for the first time again, even though it's not the first time. Trying to pin that guy against a wall, but it's not working. Yo, the thrill of finding that amulet in the mountains is gonna be... Like, that's gonna be my main goal, is just to find that stupid amulet. Like, screw the Eye of Innos, I just want that dexterity amulet. Oh, that was so much easier. This is like that scene in Happy Gilmore where
Nothing there.
He hits the hole-in-one on the par 4 and says, "Yeah, why don't I just do that every time? Yeah, I'll just score a critical hit every single time." Okay, so we have these switches here that are part of the expansion, and I don't remember if you have to just press all of them, but I think that will cause bad things to happen, so I'm gonna try it and see if what I think is gonna happen will happen. Like, there's a quest associated with this later on, but I think I can kind of trigger an event early on if I do this. Okay, that's good. The portal. There's a tremor, but nothing else happened. That's good. Because my memory was that an enemy was going to spawn and kill me, because that is part of a quest later on, but I guess without having the ornament pieces or something like that, then I can't do it. Now this is where I feel like there should be a king sorrel or a dragon root or something. Somewhere over here. Maybe it's closer to the stone circle. The amulet near Zardus' tower appears in chapter 2. It could be, but I feel pretty confident that the one I'm thinking of I was able to get in chapter 1 before. Because it was just like some odd side path. Just kind of like in a mountain off to the side, and I want to say it gives like plus 10 or plus 15 dexterity. You know what? I don't think I went behind Zardus' tower. And meanwhile, like, I'm running around here trying to find this the like king sorrel or dragon root or goblin berry that I think spawns up here, but not finding it. This might be something that doesn't spawn until later. Or I'm just blind. Goblin berries, there we go. I think there is supposed to be a king sorrel here at some point, though. It might not spawn until I get the quest from oh god, what's his name? Constantine, the alchemist. So you're saying that amulet will spawn in the mountains if I join the militia? Interesting. Because the one I'm thinking of is just like there's a skeleton or something off in the mountains that dies, or that looks like it has been dead for a while, and I always thought it was just that dexterity amulet. But this game is this is Gothic 2, so this is like an action role-playing game from 2003 or 4. So in this game, you're this nameless hero guy. It's a direct sequel to the first game. So the first game is set inside of a magically sealed prison colony, and you are working to try to find a way to lower the magic barrier to escape when you discover a sort of a nefarious plot where there's an orcish god who is being awoken and will likely bring about the destruction of everyone in the prison colony. So Gothic 2 takes place a couple weeks after you stop that event in Gothic 1, and at this point I have lost all of my strength from the previous game because I got trapped under rubble trying to escape from the final boss, and right now I'm supposed to be getting into town to talk to the paladins to get special amulets, that way I can go fight a bunch of dragons that are coming to town. But I'm doing pretty much everything but that right now. See, the amulet that I'm thinking of is like off over here somewhere. Oh, here's a blue elder that I missed. Like that way, or down that, across that way, or like some amulet over there from a corpse. And I did find a skeleton over there, but he did not give me that amulet. I didn't explore this way. What if it's right over here? Oh no, this is no, this is not it at all. Man, there's so many little things that I missed. I think I played the first time in 2003 or 2004, because I played Gothic 1, I want to say 2002 or maybe 2003. It must have been 2003, because Gothic Gothic 2, I think, had just come out. Because I remember, like, I finished Gothic, and I immediately replayed it, and then went out to the store and was pleased to find that there was a Gothic 2. So I think the first time I played was 2003 or 2004, pretty close to when the game launched, and then I think I replayed it once or twice shortly after that, and then the expansion came out a couple years later, and I've played once or twice since then. But it's been a while since I've played, so I've forgotten a lot of things. Is there a way to get, like, actually behind Zardus' tower? Because I don't know that I can. Okay, see, this is where I would die, but using that any file, I was able to strafe out of it and not die. There's a bit of an exploit where strafing in mid-air will interrupt your jump animation, and that will also prevent falling damage, which the developers fixed in the sequel, but there was a setting in one of the user patches that I have installed that was able to turn that back on, just as like a headache saving thing. I feel like it's a little bit faster just to load the save up than to run back there. Oh, there's another thing. Jeez. See, there's all these herbs that I did not see when I ran past here the first time. And one of the, actually possibly both of the popular graphics mods, they add so much extra vegetation that I was kind of worried that it would make it so much harder to find plants and herbs and enemy corpses or dropped weapons and things like that. Right side of the entrance I can climb up. Huh. That does not seem like you're intended to do that. But it seems to be working. Oh, the sky just got really blue. Alright, so I might be able to go down there for stuff, but I kind of want to explore along this ridge first. Yeah, this is kind of bringing back memories. I might have done this before, or there might be somewhere else later in the game that's kind of similar. Alright, so this is overlooking where I was trying to get that amulet that I thought was a dexterity amulet, because it kind of went from that archstone, that under arch in the middle, and just came across this way. But I could not find that amulet. And strafe glitch. So we got some interesting things. A couple scrolls and a potion. Alright. That was kind of cool. Huh. Okay. This might be more... This might be, like, closer to the intended route that you're supposed to go to get there. Like, dropping down here. I mean, obviously climbing this rock worked, but the animation for getting up there looked kind of a little bit weird. Okay, so I got a ton of quests open right now, and really none of this I can do until I get into town, so I think I just need to head back and buy the farmer's clothes off of Lobart. Oh, I got another level up that I did not realize. So this is where I need to start deciding about how I want to spend my skill points and how I want to
Sure.
build my character.
You are demanding more than I can teach you. That's better.
Is he not gonna let me train up because I have this?
Sure.
Alright, so now after 30 it starts costing twice as many skill points.
That's better.
And so now with a one-handed weapon equipped, I can get slightly different animations. So the attacks are way faster now. Whoop. But the question is, do I want to do one-handed now or save it for something else? Because I know I want to go into dexterity early on to get like thieving and lockpicking skills. And higher dexterity will let me pickpocket more people. But I feel like having level 1 sword training is really important for getting these much faster attack animations. Hmm. I might just stick with this for now. I'll increase the dexterity later. Because I know I'm going to want to get one-handed combat at least to 30% at some point. So may as well do that now while I have the opportunity. Alright. Actually, wait, let me double check the software here for a sec. Yeah, okay, I'm good. So it's been over 2 hours since I started, and I still haven't even gotten to the town yet. And this might be closing in on a record for me on how long it's taken to get to the town, but I have been pretty thorough trying to explore places and trying to do as much as I can. So that's kind of par for the course, I guess. Oh wait, there's some goblins over here I can fight. And if I really wanted to spend some more time, I could go down into this foresty area, but I know there's some strong enemies in there. Like black goblins, those guys are kind of strong. I think there's also a shadow beast and maybe some snappers in there, so I think I might hold off on that. Hey, good night, man. Take care. Time to go buy some clothes.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 30 gold pieces. It's not gonna get any cheaper.
Hey-yo.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
Oh, I'm gonna take everything in that chest. You better believe. If there's anything that's not nailed down, I am taking it. Can I get any more stew?
Hey, you! Can you give me...
Here.
Nice. Okay, and here we are. So there's the clothes, and apples are really valuable in this game. I forget how many you need to eat. I think it might be 25, but after you eat a certain amount of apples, you can get a free strength bonus. So that's good to have. And now I have farmer's clothing, so it gives me a little bit of protection. However, I believe I am going to be getting rid of it pretty soon. Alright, let's see if I can kill these before Greg. Ah, Greg's pretty far away. That was
Nothing
actually
to be had there. Nothing there.
much easier than I thought. Alright, so once again, the woods have some pretty dangerous enemies, but there's also a couple of, like, might be scavengers or mole rats or even field raiders in there that I can get to, but I don't think I want to deal with that right now. Like, yeah, I could kill those blood flies. Maybe. These are small blood flies that I was killing, so they're a little bit weaker. Alright, here's homeboy Gregory. This guy is another expansion character, so he is not in the vanilla game.
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool, I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Yeah, sure, maybe.
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
Alright, so... Oh, there was a lot of dialogue options that I maybe could have chosen.
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
So I have various suggestions here, and I think the pass or the farmer's clothes might be the only ones that work.
You could get into the city as a herb gatherer.
What? Do I look like I'd be picking flowers in the woods?
I have a pass for the city.
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to act like I'm a citizen of the town, or what? Take a look at me, boy. Nobody's going to believe that.
What about bribery?
Well, if that worked for me, I'd have tried it already.
Yes, okay, the farmer's clothes is the only way, I think, to get him into town.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel.
Local yokel.
Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon.
Oh,
and
you're
who
right.
knows? Maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Alright, so I did lose that armor, but he gave me 50 gold for him, so it ended up being like a net bonus. They're like floating meadow berries here. So I'm just gonna come over here and kill this field raider, and then I'll be ready to head into town. Once again, that was really easy, and I'll just critical hit every time to make life easier. Oh, there's rats over here too. Of course it helps now that I have that sword training, because now my weapons have a 30% chance to crit as opposed to the, well actually it's a 33% chance because the wolf knife is giving me a bonus, so I forget how the critical hit formula works in this game, but I think it either doubles or I think it might multiply the damage in some way. And I forget if strength is just added on as a flat bonus to all of your attacks or not. Alright, so